this video, I'm going to walk you through replacing the entire extruder assembly on your Robo E3 Pro. Before you get started, make sure you have unloaded filament and powered off your 3D printer. You will also want to collect a variety of tools. For this process, you're going to need a Phillips-head screwdriver, 2 different types of pliers, regular as well as needle nose, a few different Allen wrenches, and a very small flathead screwdriver like you can find in Glass's repair kits. Once you've collected all of those components, you're ready to get started. You'll start by removing this extruder cover housing here by unscrewing the 2 Allen wrench screws on the top as well as the one at the front. Once those are all sufficiently loosened, you should be able to pull the entire piece up and set it aside. Next, use your Phillips-head screwdriver to remove the heat shield from the bottom of your extruder. With the screws removed, you should be able to carefully lower the heat shield, making sure that you don't touch the actual extruder itself in case it is still hot. Then, grab your needle nose pliers. In order to remove the entire extruder assembly, you'll need to loosen these 2 white wires as well as the blue wire coming from the main extruder assembly. Using the needle nose pliers, carefully grab just the plastic and not the wires themselves, and then pull forward to remove. Then, using the small flathead screwdriver, loosen the 2 screws that connect the white wires to the extruder. Once they're loosened, you should be able to carefully pull them free of this piece that's holding them in place. Release them from the plastic housing down here at the bottom as well. Now, to remove the extruder assembly, you're going to need to take your small Allen wrench and slide it between this rectangular Z-axis sensor motor and the little cylinder on the side of it. So carefully feed that right through that gap there, all the way back until you see it meets and hits the little spot for a set screw just under the circuit board. Now, once you can feel the tension on that, you're going to want to use your other hand to hold the extruder assembly in place from the bottom. Do this using the pliers in case it is still hot. Then twist the set screw until it releases the extruder assembly. With it loosened, you should be able to start pulling the entire extruder assembly down and out of the way. From above, carefully feed the wires in through the opening after it. So there you go. You have removed the old extruder assembly. Next, take your new extruder assembly so that the wires are on the right-hand side, and you're going to want to feed it, wires first, through the gap in your extruder housing. Once the wires have come through, line up the cylinder on the top of it with the opening along the bottom. With it pushed as far up as it can go, use your Allen wrench to retighten the set screw. You can then plug the blue wire back in just above the green wire connector. And then take the 2 white wires and one at a time slide them into these openings here on the right-hand side of that green piece until it sort of clicks a little bit more into place. And then, while holding it there, use the small flathead screwdriver to tighten it into position. Test to make sure it's secure by giving it a very slight pull. Repeat for the second one. You can now replace your heat shield over your new extruder assembly, sliding it up, making sure that you line it up correctly oriented so that the 2 screw spots line up with the screw openings. and then use your Phillips-head screwdriver to secure in place. Finish it off by replacing the whole extruder housing cover, carefully sliding it on top, and making sure that all of the wires are tucked out of the way of the assembly. Resecure using the Allen wrench. There you have it. You have now replaced your extruder assembly and are able to power your printer back on, load filament, and get back to printing. Thanks for watching.